Chicka chicka yeah. What up, gangstas?
Put your head on my shoulder. Hold me in your arms, baby.
Hi Aries. So I'm doing your diving deep love reading, and I meditated on your energy before I started. And what I received, because I was meditating, what I received is I feel like pretty much the overall gist of this reading, which is like coming in from the cold and back into the warmth. Feeling like, you know, you're done being in the cold purposely and you're ready for the warmth that, you know, love has to offer. You know, it's almost like, you know, the vision that I saw was myself sitting by glaciers, like mountains of glaciers, you know, and I was like, what does that have to do with love? And then to my left, I saw this bonfire and the beginning of like some sort of like, you know, forest, warmth, to cave with like grass and like, you know, a bonfire in the middle, and feeling like wanting to walk over there, but on my own pace, like choosing to no longer sit in the glacier that I personally chose to sit in and walking towards the warmth again. So I think for your love life, like for you personally, this means that, you know, you're done being out in the cold, whether, you know, someone left you out in the cold or I personally feel like you chose to go out into the cold. Like either you walked away from somebody or you somebody walked away from you and you chose to just go to the cold, like you know, not wanting to deal with anything other than what you already have within in front of you, and you were like, I want to be right here, ice cold. For others of you, this may also mean literally that you iced cold, you know, you iced somebody out, you cut somebody out. Maybe you just cut the idea of love for a while. You were like, you know, I'm comfortable here in the ice, it doesn't bother me. The cold never bothered me anyway. For those of you who have kids, you know, you could have like iced your baby daddy. For others of you, you know, you just iced anybody and everybody who, you know, even if there were potentials, people you were talking to, or, you know, someone that you were romantic with, and you iced them out of your life, like you had a reason. For others of you who are in an established, you know, connection, I do feel like you just like have been going through a time of like almost hibernation in your life. And so energetically speaking, within ourselves, for all of us, all Aries, you iced yourself, we ice ourselves out of that warmth to almost like to like liberate ourselves from whatever chains we've had pertaining love. For some of you, this may mean a Gemini, or there was a Gemini involved, but because this is a deep dive, you know, we're looking at the underlying reasons and the underlying causes. And I do believe that there were choices that you had to make, or are choices that you are making right now currently, where for some of you that have been long-standing, you were in hibernation mode, not being able, and it's been a long time that you've given time, like undivided attention to your lover. For others of you, for everyone else, I do feel like you iced this idea of love out, and you were like taking your time to heal, taking your time to really come back to you, and you were fine doing it in the cold. It didn't bug you. You were hibernating, you had your cave, and you were fine, you know, focusing on work, focusing on your kids, for those of you who have kids, focusing on your family. Okay, this is definitely a family raising children wisely, like focusing on your kids for some of you. I do feel like for those of you who have kids, that's been like your main focus. For those of you who have a family, or you know, you're near your family, you were just mostly giving your attention and your energy to your kids, or your family, I mean. Okay, siblings, parents, you know, whoever your family is, or people who are like family. For the most part though, I do feel that your mind lately has been in, like, you know, thinking about love again. But like for those of you who are in an established relationship, I do feel like you're starting to realize that you want to spend more time with your significant other, that you feel like you're missing them even if they are there with you, because you've given so much attention to maybe your children, or you know, your work, or you know, just yourself for a while. And you know, they've been very supportive, so you kind of just want to give attention to that person. For others of you, for those of you who are single or in a situationship, or you know, in a different space altogether, I do feel like you have maybe perhaps somebody in mind that you keep thinking about, or there's like a prospect. I was feeling that for some of you, you are actually taking somebody that you have put in the cold out. Or more so like you intentionally put yourself out in the cold in someone's life, and you're like intentionally putting yourself back into their lives, like, and it's like something that has sparked a part of you that you thought wasn't going to be sparked anymore. Unity. Spiritual minded communities, this is very much like do the right thing for the right reason. This is like having those moments of like, you know, maybe I do want that type of life, maybe I'm ready to settle down, or maybe not settle down like literally, but perhaps it means like settling down in the sense of like you actually see yourself being with someone in the long run. And it had been hard for you for a while to see yourself in the long run with someone, perhaps. And so, like, it's sparking a joy within yourself that wasn't there for a while. Okay? These are all positive cards. And I don't know, I just really love that. But it is like the Lover's card is also a card of like balancing, a card of choices. So there might be a choice that you're needing to make, that you're wanting to make to move forward towards, you know, a space that provides your family. For those of you who have kids, provides your kids, and for those of you who don't, just provides you and your future family a sense of stability. You want to be somewhere where there's like, you know, there's healing. So I feel like just energetically at a deep level, you know, you're in a much better place than you were before, for sure, when it comes to love. Like you went through the ringer when it comes to love. I'm going to take some cards out from my Lemuria deck, but for now let's look at these. We have Justice and Nine of Winter. So there's like at the root of some of the uncertainty with making a decision is this like fear that you won't be making the right choice. Nine of Winter and Justice upright. And you might be allowing your worry to grow because perhaps in the past there were situations where you followed your heart. You felt called to go towards somebody or a certain situation or towards a certain kind of energy, all right, a life. Maybe you wanted to start new and you went a certain direction and it didn't pan out the way that you thought it would. it turned out to be perhaps a life lesson, perhaps karmic, you know, just more than you bargained for. And, you know, it had been back to back that something like that happened to you. So you kind of held back from exploring and expressing yourself fully when it came to love. But I am seeing here that, you know, so you're carrying a little bit of that fear. You're carrying that fear of like, what if I don't make the right decision? What if people are hurt around me if I make this decision to go towards that which my heart calls me to do? It's like you're afraid that it will like create some sort of rift in this community, in this unity. You know, for some of you, this is your family. All right, for some of you, this is a choice between your heart or your mind. You know, for some of you, it's a choice of going after what it is that your heart calls to you, your soul calls to you, and what your mind tells you is like what society has told you so far, what your past, what your wounds tell you. Does that make sense? And that's why it's like, you know, at the root cause of that indecision, of that choice, and why it's being presented here, why it's at the forefront for you, is that, you know, it's that fear of the unknown, and especially fear of making the wrong choice. For some of you, it might be a, you know, Libra involved, okay, an air sign and a water sign. Okay, so there might even be some of you who have a choice between two people. Yeah, because even the Lover's cards is, you know, choices from the heart. So I do feel like for some of you, you're just, you know, you're afraid of making the wrong choice, or that even feeling guilty or feeling bad, that you even feel like that you even have different choices. Does that make sense? It's like there's like a lot of like what's integrity, what's correct, what's right, asking yourself, like, not wanting to make mistakes, the same mistakes from the past, and, you know, not wanting to repeat the mistakes from the past and make choices that ultimately not only hurt yourself but also hurt others. So it's like, you know, you're contemplating and sitting still with yourself. Bottom of the deck, 7 of spring. Be assertive, don't back down from what you believe, courageously stand up for yourself. So, you know, I feel like this is advice, this is like intel from your spirit team, from your heart, even from your higher self. Because this card is my card of like, hey, don't forget about you. Don't forget about your dreams. Don't forget about why you started this journey that you're in. Why did you start this journey that you're in? Okay, believe in yourself. And this is also about standing up for what you want, like standing up for your life, standing up for your happiness. Like, you deserve to be happy too. Just like everyone around you chooses to be happy for themselves and chooses happiness. You know, I know you've been in the ice. I know you've iced yourself out on purpose. You know, you put yourself out there. Even for some of you, I know this is a deep love relationship. Not even relationship, but like deep love reading. But love is not just in relationships. For some of you, this is about friendships. And this is about connecting at a deeper level with people around you. Not just in the romantic sense of the word. Okay, because love is not just for romance. Love is also for, you know, for family and friends and children and, you know, people you meet who you have an incredible connection with, or your friends that you have a connection with, you know. Just in general, your love for a passion, your love for your dreams, your love for the work that you do. So this card is about, you know, choosing to be okay with yourself, being okay with choosing yourself for once. You know, you tend to put yourself in the back burner, but, you know, you say you're happy if others are happy. And for the most part, I get that, because, you know, you want to keep this unity within this family intact. Okay? and you want things to be merry, and you want everyone to be getting along. But what's the point of this if you end up here every single time? Scared, or not scared, but like sad, worried, always looking out the window for like thinking, what if? Are you gonna go to your deathbed always thinking what if? Because you're afraid of what the consequences might be. Okay? And the thing is that maybe you have a, you know, you're right in like thinking ahead, because you just you're having a sort of conflict with your integrity. It's like, you know where your integrity lies. It took you a long time to like build your integrity, to be trustworthy, even to trust yourself, and you're in a space where you trust yourself finally and fully. And now you're caught in a space where you have to make choices that have to do with your heart. But you know, I'm feeling that there's a sense of guilt here, where you're not making a decision because you feel like, you know, perhaps you're gonna make the wrong decision. You know, like Aries being the first of the Zodiac, if you make a decision that's detrimental to others, or you know, even if you don't intend to hurt another person, but if you make a decision and it hurts another person, justice comes quickly with you, with Aries, because you guys are the first of the Zodiacs. You learn first before others learn, so you learn quickly. So karma, or whatever you want to call it, like, you know, there's a choice and the consequence comes quickly. There's a sense that you're coming into like an acceptance. Bottom of the deck for winter. This is like resting. This is like meditation. This is like taking time to like contemplate and meditate and be with yourself, like while you rest. Your body may be calling for rest too. Okay, but this isn't like the icing out, because the icing out was more a metaphor. This is more like physically, like in your immediate world. It's like you're feeling like you want to like take some time for yourself. And but I really am sensing that, you know, like you're okay with making a decision that is a decision that makes you happy, but also keeps you in the side of like justice. Like, you know, you're contemplating on your decisions. You're making sure that you're not going to make a decision that creates and repeats a cycle, or repeats a mistake from the past. That's what it is. It's like you don't want to repeat a mistake from the past. I totally feel that. I totally understand that. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna take now because we're already at 19 minutes, Beyond Lemuria deck. It had this crystal in it. So cute. Okay, so this is my deck. Super cute. The artwork is this. So beautiful artwork. Beautiful artwork. Okay, so let's see what we have for a deeper look into your love life, like your love story, whatever it is. Okay, let's look at it a little deeper. Let's see what we have for you, Aries. This is for Aries, Western astrology, and Pisces Sun, Vedic astrology. For some, it will be even Vedic Aries. Just go with what feels right. If this resonates, regardless of your sign, then this reading is for you, okay? But don't make a reading fit if it doesn't fit either. Alright? Sorry, I'm just over here shedding my hair everywhere. I have a lot of hair. Okay. Oh, okay. We got 3 came out. Okay. Let's see what it says. Luminescence. Look at that artwork, guys. Isn't that incredible? Another dragon card. Radical expansion. I love this so much. I'm getting like freaking chills. And Starseer. Look at that. So beautiful. Let's look at the book because I'm still getting to know those cards. So, you know, let's dig a little deeper. What does this means for you? For some of you, this is like, I'm already getting this like creation. Your creative outlet is something that is ultimately meant to help you. There's like a sense of like purpose, a purpose within this energy, like a sense of like coming into your purpose, realizing who you are. All your situations that you go through or your experiences that you go through, whether romantically or, you know, at any scale or level when it comes to your love, all right, when it comes to love, when it comes to the heart, there's a sense that a lot of it has a deep and direct connection to your purpose here on earth and why you were even born. For the luminance, we have self-love, the light that radiates from our hearts, light shining in the darkness, heart-centered living, removing your heart armor, accepting your shadows as the flip side of your strengths, a vulnerable, wide open heart, authentic, heartfelt needs. So I really couldn't help but, you know, see the removing your heart armor. Like how I was saying about coming in from, you know, being iced out and purposely icing yourself out from love. Purposely icing yourself out because what was being presented in front of you, what you were being offered, or what you felt you deserved, or what you thought was okay for you in friendship and relationship and overall, was not something that was truly okay for your soul. So your soul was pushing you away and keeping you in that iced out space, okay? Keeping you in that space of like, you know, almost like self-preservation, but it's not self-preservation. It was more like not even hermit either. It was more like, I'm here, I'm comfortable in my space, I'm not hurting myself and I'm not hurting anyone. This is just me and I'm just here, and you know, I'm just healing. I'm just taking time to heal. I'm just taking time to get to know myself better. I'm just taking time to really like understand my ins and outs. I'm just, you know, choosing to do different now than I did before. I'm choosing to come from a heart space and not allowing my, you know, emotions, or like not allowing myself to make decisions that are led, you know, by like tendency to be impulsive and to like be self-sabotaging, catching those moments where, you know, I'm about to be sabotaging, you know, sabotage myself and everything else, and realize it, and also respecting your boundaries and, you know, doing exactly what you say you're gonna do, you know, not necessarily just like saying you're gonna do something and then not doing it, like actually following through with the promises that you made for yourself. All right, now let's look at radical expansion. What do we have for radical expansion? Radical expansion. Living and loving at full capacity, being unapologetically you. Self-expression, boldness, having a voice, taking up space, expansion, empowerment, owning your true power, being visible in the world, having fun with your magnificence, letting go of judgment, creative exploration, radical ways of being. That is such a perfect Aries card. Like, yo, like even when I saw this, it was like such a like, you know, resonance for me, because honestly, like right now, I am in that space. I'm in that space of like her, like owning all of who I am, my shadow, my dark, and it becoming one with me, or instead of against me, instead of me being afraid, instead of you being afraid. And this goes, it's like hand in hand, you know, we're going through this together, and it's like hand in hand, being connected to your all your dark side and your light side all at once. And I think this is such a beautiful confirmation because, you know, I just painted, I had a dream about a dragon, and I just started like to look into dragons. I went on a solo trip literally by myself. I mean, I met up with my girlfriend out there where I went, but I just went on a solo trip not long ago, and it was right before I went on the trip that I had that dragon dream. And it's just one of those things where it felt like I was meeting a part of myself through the dragon spirit, and accepting that finally for the glory that is all of me, especially the parts of me that I shunned, that everyone around me also shunned and shamed and belittled and ridiculed. Okay, because through our weaknesses there are also gateways through to our strengths. Okay, sometimes our weaknesses, like when we make mistakes, where we are not very strong suited for those choices that we make through those certain parts of ourselves, you know, sometimes there's gateways through to our greatness because we learn from our mistakes. We then develop the capacity to teach others. We develop the capacity to lead others. And that's part of the Aries dynamic that is meant to be here for like, you know, for Aries to give to others, you know, to be that leader. And, you know, part of who you are meant to be as a leader in, you know, in that structure of energy is literally to like be who you are wholeheartedly, accept who you are wholeheartedly. You know, it doesn't matter if that means that you are selfish a little bit. You are in Aries, and Aries are literally the first of the Zodiac. That's part of your nature. You're meant to be a little selfish. And I know a lot of people tend to be super against it and talk very negatively towards Aries and about Aries energy and the way that they are, but that's literally your nature. And just like a Taurus is meant to have that nature of like grounding, and a Virgo is more of a structural nature to like help everyone just like get their shit together, and you know, a Gemini is a communicator, the one that brings in the information. And you know, everyone has their role in a sense. And even if you didn't have an Aries as like your sun sign, just your energy, okay, of you who are watching this video, you're meant to be leaders. You're meant to lead the pack, but not in the way that you think, okay? Not in the we've been trapped inside of a cage and now we need to like be the alpha and like who's ahead. No, being free yourself, liberating yourself from that structure, that mental structure of that kind of thinking, and into a new way of being, of like accepting yourself in all of you are, and in doing so having a radical acceptance for those around you. And that is such a like close connection to everything, of course, including your love life. Now let's look at the star seal real quick. We're already at 30. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, 46 for star seer. Let's see what we have for you, star seer. I already feel like I know, but let's see. Listen to your intuition. Trust the holistic journey, dreams finding their way into being, the bigger picture, a more aligned outcome than expected, clarity of the greater path. Divination meaning keep believing in yourself, trusting your dreams enough to let the serendipities unfold. Let go enough to allow space for unexpected opportunities. Even when the route is not as direct as you imagined, listen to your intuition and know you have got this. You know, if you've been thinking that you don't deserve the love that you give out to others, and you don't deserve to, like, your heart to be in an expanded space, that your dreams come true when it comes to love, life in general, when it comes to friendship and like, you know, even your work. And by work, I don't mean like physical, you know, jobs. I mean like that which is your purpose here. You know, if you feel like that's not something that you deserve, or like there's no way that, you know, that's a possibility, this is asking that you dig a little deeper to come to the realization that you are so much more than you give yourself credit for. Okay, look at this. Look at this image. Just look at it. See that? And you see that? Some of you are just like a guiding light. Like you nudge people into the direction that they're meant to go. And you don't do it in a way that's forceful. You do it in a gentle way. You do it in a way that, in the way that you do it though, in the way that goes, it like ends up, you know, working out for the best for you and for them, is when you're yourself fully and completely, and you're true to your feelings, you're true to yourself, you're true to what feels right for you. If that means that, you know, you follow integrity, you like, you know, if integrity means a lot to you and you go for that, if that's what's right for you, that feels true to you, then that can steer you in the right direction to that which has always been for you. Okay, to the love that has always been for you and has been there all along. Okay, and if you feel like, you know, making the decision to walk away from a certain situation to another situation, or walking away from that which you thought you wanted to a different direction, whatever choice you make, so long as you are being true to you, so long as you are being authentic to who you really are, to your heart, then you're not steering in the wrong direction. Okay, you're steering in the direction that is meant to push you forward into the greatest love story of your life. Okay, you know, if you're in an established, it doesn't matter whether you're single, you're in an established relationship, or you're not. All right, or you're in a situationship where you're just like waiting for somebody, or you're not waiting for anyone, or you're just being you. It doesn't matter. It's meant to push you in a space that, you know, it could be for you. For some of you, it's friendship. For some of you, next level friendships and community and family bonding and family healing, friendship healing. For others of you, it's love healing, or just meeting somebody who is meant to like take you to that space, or not take you, no, that's not the right word, meet you there. Yes. Well, that is all I have for you today, my beautiful Aries. It was an honor doing your reading for you. If you are interested in a personal reading, feel free to message me and DM me on Instagram. And if you don't want to DM me on Instagram, please email me or check my link to my Etsy below. Okay, I love you so much, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out, gangsters.